I was hoping this one would be interesting.
Weed limousine, got that verbal dream, my diamonds, yeah, they ice cream, ice seen you gon'
Dude.
face a beam.
This reminds me of that. Whoa, wait. He captured that style in this. All those weird guys, bro. The Thousand Banfanis and all these, like, the Nestles and all these people that were a part of that era. It started to, like, emerge in 2016. Like, even people like Lil Uzi dipped their toes into that kind of stuff. Uno the Activist and D Savage and all these people, they were all making stuff like that. Dude, wait, I like this. Oh, what's that guy's... Bro, wait. This is like a faster paced version of the style of songs that's like if you hear something like this, right? When did this drop? 5 years ago. 2018. Like I said, beginning of 2018. Listen to his vocals as well. Saw Baby type of...
I've been on the road, posted up, rolling up a scroll. Came up from the flow, had to run it up till my legs were so.
This song makes you like happier. That's so hard. How little do you have to give a fuck to make a song like this, dude? I hear the beginning of this, right? And I'm like, oh, these are the kinds of things that I like to be a little slower, maybe a little more like transport my mind, you know? But it's like we're getting into it and this instrument is very spacey, so like, let's go to space. That's what I'm expecting from it. I'm expecting futuristic. He's going into this new style, he's going into this new sound that he's able to make work because he's hitting the right notes. Sometimes that just happens, it's lightning in a bottle. He's going in, innovating, and he's actually like succeeding a little bit. He's having moments of success in innovation, and that's beautiful to see. And then I get a little bit of that familiar style. Excellent formula. This is like a faster version of that song with some differences, obviously. It's very tweaked, but it shares a piece of its soul with that song. That, as well as like many other Saw Baby and Saw Baby contemporaries songs. Ah, okay. It's these two melodies when they combine. That's what makes that sound. This is a really intoxicating sound when they combine.
You gon' face a beam. Alexander McQueen, but it on my jeans. Never gonna drink that's in my lean.
Nice.
Focus, I can't really trust nobody. I keep the back in the beam, cause yeah, this shit a hobby. Yes, she see the chain and
this
she
part's alright.
Ice cream with my team flexing.
Wow. I remember what it was like. Yeat's a month younger than me, and I remember what it was like to be that age. He's one of these guys that has this thing that I don't have, which is this like innate like musical ability. I see it in the way that he makes music. He has that. I never in my life could I have made stuff like this at that age. And the reason why I say these things, and I think anyone who reacts to music not only needs to like be an avid music listener, they also, I feel, all of them at some point must have tried making music at some point. Everyone who reacts to music. I don't care if it's some like, oh, blasphemous whatever, like some dude who I've personally never seen him try to like dip his toes into music at all, but I'm sure he has behind the scenes. Because I've tried to make music, and I feel like that's the motivating factor in trying to do something creative like this. And I remember, with the best of my ability, the kind of music I was able to make, like come up with in my own head when I was 18. I remember that. This is far more innovative. It's more concrete, more creative. It's just on a different level. There is nothing that my sound had that was in any way more admirable than this. I can think of a lot of artists that genuinely sound way better than this. I'm really trying to make it catchy, to be honest with you. But when I hear other artists, there's always something where I'm like, yeah, but my song does this better. My song does this better because I'm not a complete sellout, and I'm not going to use this instrument just because everyone else is using it, or do this stupid lyric that like sounds cool but is actually true, and all this, like, or like try to sound like I'm black, sound like I'm from Atlanta, sound like this and that, you know. I don't want to like go into it and try to appeal to a certain audience. I would find like philosophical and metaphysical reasons as to why someone should listen to my music over theirs, because they can learn something from my music that that person's music cannot teach them. Yeat is one of those guys who shows me, yeah, I have no reason to make music. He just does everything I can do in music, but better. And that's not like glaze. Like he does each thing marginally better. It's not like so much better, but it's unfair is what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to glaze him. I'm trying to show that like he's only slightly better, but that slight better is something that he will always have over me. Usually in everything else there's a compromise. Oh yeah, this guy's better at this thing, but I'm better at this thing, you know? I always have those thoughts when I look at like anything that I'm consuming. Every time I look at the flow of money, I look at where it's going and I'm like, I could have done this better than this guy. And I have that thought with a lot of these musicians as well. I don't have that thought for Yeat. Actually, I do sometimes with like his lyrics, but I have to be humble about my lyrics. None of my lyrics are like any good, but Yeat found a way to transcend the lyrics anyways. So maybe that's why I think so highly of Yeat, because he has the same weakness as me, but he found a way to overcome it, and I didn't find that way. He thought creatively enough to come up with this idea to make it so that 90% of the words he says are completely unintelligible, for the sake of creating a new instrument, both melodic and percussion instrument, that goes along with the rest of the track. And then say one sick line that people can kind of understand like every other bar. And have like the cutting edge of beats. And actually not be a sellout, so that you can actually judge beats for what they are and not like try to copy the industry or whatever. Like that's something I could have came up with. I understood. This girl even texted me that video of like the triplet flow and like the Young Thug flow from like Rap Genius's YouTube channel. And she's like, oh, these videos remind me of you. And I'm like, yeah, because I like preach about this stuff, dude. Like I knew this stuff. I could have figured it out. I could have figured out how to get over my weakness in music, which was the lyrics. But he figured it out. How did... Luck. Like there's no other explanation. This is hard.